Hey, everyone. It's Engage at Any Age, Becoming a Local Influencer. And I'm your presenter today, Michelle Belisari from Boca and also local realtor with Remax Services. I'm so excited to have you guys join me today. So I have a question for you. Are you thinking there must be a better way to do your marketing in today's real estate market and maybe a fun way to do it? Well, I have some answers for you, and it's called attraction marketing, where you attract leads to you versus chase leads. And if you are tired of cold calling, door knocking, buying expensive leads, it is time for you to consider becoming a local influencer in your community. So if you're ready to get started, so am I. Let's go. So you may recognize this guy. He is the OG influencer. I met Gary Vee in 2019 at Agent 2021 down in Miami. And if you haven't all listened to Gary, you know that he talks about influencer marketing and out of the box thinking all the time in regard to real estate and business in general. And I love the fact that he talks about how you can be an influencer, create content, and then you have control over the distribution of that content. What's really, really unique about this kind of attraction marketing is that you can have a lot of fun with it. And Gary, really solidifies that when he talks about this in his books and videos, or if you listen to his podcast. I know for one that influencer marketing has really changed the game for me when I started looking at doing this, and it was completely unintentional and at the age of 55. So I want to chat a little bit more about this, and we're going to get going because one of the things that I think we as realtors know is we have the finger on the pulse of our communities. We know what's going on. We're in the know. And so this is one of the things that you can use to your advantage as a realtor. So one of the things that I wanted to share with you today is a little bit about my journey as a micro, maybe nano influencer that also happens to be a real estate agent. So I'm Michelle, and we met earlier, and I just wanted to share with you some of the things that I've been doing to attract clients to me without always talking about real estate. And that could include some of the events that I'm doing around town. Sometimes it's virtual, especially going on now, different restaurant openings, things like that, where I can share with the consumer and potential customers things that they can do around my town of beautiful Boca Raton, Florida. Many of you know where Boca is. It's in sunny South Florida. So we always have a lot going on here. Plus, we have some really great weather. So one of the things that I wanted to share with you is that the micro influencer scenario is quite large. A lot of people don't realize that. And about 85% of content creators, according to Obero, say that they are using some sort of format that utilizes SEO. Could be a blog, could be a YouTube channel. And so I think this is a great opportunity that costs nothing to start other than your time. So I want to share a little bit more about my journey and how I started doing this. And one of the things that has happened for me, at least, in regard to changing up my branding and my marketing. So influencer marketing is a billion-dollar business. It is no joke, folks. I know we laugh all the time and we make fun of some of these influencers that are out there, but I will tell you right now, they're laughing all the way to the bank. They are making money, honey, and they are doing it by influencing us as consumers. And we as realtors can do the same thing. Here are a couple stats for you guys. 86% of women use influencer marketing for purchasing products. That's huge, right? I mean, I know I make most of the decisions in my house. Instagram is the number one platform for influencer marketing for realtors. In my opinion, I think it's fantastic. And lastly, I wanted to share with you that 53% of consumers in the US look to family and friends to see what they are purchasing and to get recommendations from them. This is huge, you guys. In regard to influencers, especially in our real estate world, we look at, say, $1 million listing, right? We look at the Tracy Tutors of the world, the Ryan Serhants of the world. We look at other, like I said, other influencers like Kim Kardashian, Paris Hilton, people like that who really started this a long time ago. And now it's morphed into this huge industry. So as realtors, we're in good shape to be able to run with this and to take advantage of this in our business. So what is an influencer? Well, basically, and I love this piece of it. According to Influencer Marketing Hub, influencers have the power to affect purchasing decisions. That's what they do, and you see them on QVC now, HSN now. You see them when you travel to different countries, and you see a lot of American actors in different countries doing their advertising and influencing, right? And they also typically have a niche and they have a following. And I want to premise this by saying you don't have to have a huge following to do what I'm doing. I do not have a huge following, but I will tell you, it has attracted buyers and sellers to me to work with them because they like to see that I know my community, that I have fun in my community, and it's a kind of a low key way for someone to get to know you as a real estate agent. So, why become a local influencer? That's the $1 million question. Well, quite honestly, I think it's a fantastic opportunity to be able to market who you are, right? Not spend a lot of money doing that, by the way. And I love the fact that it helps create your brand. Brand awareness is huge. I'm a big believer that I think realtors should have their own personal brand. I've said that for years and years and years. It will attract customers to you, creates engagement for you, it creates a community for you, and it helps grow your personal sphere. And it's a marvelous way for you to showcase your town, your community, or wherever you live. Okay. I think it's just a fantastic, fantastic opportunity. And I think the other thing, in my opinion, it's a great way for you to give back because you can do a lot of cool things with your local businesses. And especially now when local business needs whatever we can do to help them out, let us as realtors be that local influencer who can share what's going on with their curbside pickups and things like that. So I love this particular quote because it really does talk about being passionate. I have not yet met a realtor who is not passionate about real estate. Get a couple of us in a room, and there's no one else in that room with us, right? We talk about our business. We're passionate about our buyers and sellers. We're passionate about houses and condos and locations and the ins and outs of our industry, including things that affect our industry, politics, etc. We are always passionate about talking about things in our industry. So this is a natural, in my opinion, I think it's a natural fit for real estate agents to think about getting involved in becoming their own local influencer. Okay. So let's talk about communities, events, and nonprofits. So I actually started doing Facebook Lives way before most people were doing them. And I started doing them at nonprofit events and around my community. I was on a downtown advisory board for my city. And every time we had an event, I would just like pop up my phone, got my phone here. And I'd be like, oh, here we are. We're in downtown Boca, and this is what's going on. We have a Miami Dolphins event here. We've got Halloween going on. Whatever it was, I was always doing a Facebook Live. The funny thing is that that started to like really excite local people because they were like, wow, we've never seen that before. Now, this was a few years ago, right? And once I started getting on Instagram, game on, right? Because there's so many options there. But here's what happened. I had the opportunity not only to meet some really cool people, all right, but I also was able to put my personal brand behind helping raise money for nonprofits in my community. For example, India Hicks was a guest speaker at the Delray Beach Library to raise funds for the library. If you don't know who India Hicks is, she was one of Princess Di's bridesmaids back in the day, but she has a major lifestyle brand and is based out of Harbor Island, the Bahamas. It was fantastic to be able to meet her, but I was the only one who interviewed her. Everyone else did a print article, but because of social media and video, I said, hey, India, would you like to jump on Instagram? She was all over that. That was so cool. The traction was great. It opened up my audience to a new audience and vice versa. So that was great. Val and Max from Dancing with the Stars, new business in Boca. PR company contacted me and said, hey, would you like to come over? Can you do an interview in a couple of those lives? I'm like, absolutely. So this is the sort of thing that opens up for you. And that way, other people outside of your regular sphere will see what you do. Okay. I have a little podcast. I drop things in there every once in a while. Usually it's from a blog post. That's a script right there for you. And that's a way for you to get known in your community. It's fantastic. So let's talk about hashtag support local. During these very difficult times, clearly many businesses were struggling. And one of the things that I did, along with many community leaders here in my area, was we helped support, share, do whatever we could to get the word out. Who was open? Who was not open? Who had curbside pickup? Who was doing out of the box things like opening a grocery store in the restaurant, right? So hashtag support local was something that I started doing on my Facebook page, but more so on Instagram. If you go over to at Soboka, you will see those highlights that I did. Check those out. While you're over there, make sure you follow me at the Michelle B. That's my second Instagram account. And you can see a little bit of what I do there too. But at Soboka did the hashtag support local, and you can see all the lovely things that you can do when you do something like that. Interview local business owners, share local events, maybe have a contest, give away a gift card, purchase it from that local business and give it away. Okay. You can share your favorite restaurants and businesses right on your Instagram account. When you do that in a story and they see that, because you're going to tag them, they're going to share it to their audience. All of a sudden, now you have more viewers and potentially new followers, and that opens you up to potentially new business as an influencer. You can write a blog post. I have the soboka.com blog. And if you want to do YouTube, you can do that too. One or the other or both. Great for SEO. It helps you land on those first pages of Google. If you don't like to write, hire a ghostwriter. If you don't like video, source it out. You don't have to make this difficult, you guys. And you already have content on your phones. You have tons of it. Also, consider creating a hashtag for your brand. That is a win-win. Hashtag Soboka is actually trademarked, and you can do something in your own community. No, not mine, but do something that is relevant to your business. That's a real win-win. So if you want to get started, and this is what I did, I started on Instagram. I didn't have a blog. I didn't really do much with my YouTube channel, but I did like Instagram because it's such a robust program. If you never leave Instagram, you're good to go. They have video, you can post, you can go live, you can DM people. It's awesome. So if you just want to start with Instagram, that's super easy. You can get a business or creator account. You can go ahead and start following your local businesses. Hashtags that you could follow locally. Maybe you belong to a local gym. Start looking at that gym hashtag and follow those people. And then start sharing those stories out there, like I said, and tagging those businesses. You can do posts and videos, etc. And this is a really good tip. If you're really interested in doing seriously local influencing, go to your local blogger meetup. Right now, it may not be meeting in person, but I'm seeing virtual ones. Go to that. You will love it. You'll meet influencers that are local. You'll meet bloggers that are local, and you can collaborate with them. It's fantastic. Some of my best friends are younger bloggers because I am in my 50s, but I have learned so much from the mom bloggers. And by the way, if you're thinking about doing a mom blog, trust me, I know there's a ton of them out there. You have your own spin on it. It doesn't matter. So you don't have to worry about the competition because you're going to have your own followers in your own sphere, right? Let's talk a little bit about social media. Love social media. But here's the thing. Pick maybe three. I call it the three-legged stool, right? Pick three platforms that you want to use. I'm going to tell you what I use because I think this is the way to go. Facebook, everyone's on Facebook. Start a local Facebook group. I did that with Soboka, and now I've got 450 people in that group, local businesses, a few locals. That's a good way to really like rein everything in and have that on Facebook. 2, Instagram. I've already talked about that. And 3, YouTube. Love YouTube for the SEO component. Now, I do blog. So I have a double dip with my YouTube and my blog because I will embed my videos in my blog posts. I'm playing around a little bit with LinkedIn only because they just launched stories, but that's really B2B. If you want to meet someone, like seriously, like meet someone, and I do probate and seniors to downsize, so I tend to want to reach out to attorneys. That's where you're going to find them over there. And lastly, yes, I am on TikTok. Why am I on TikTok? Because it's new, it's cool, and I don't know where it's going to go, and I don't know who I'm going to meet on there. But I will tell you, when Snapchat came out and my daughters who are millennials, got me on that in 2016. I met some of my best friends in real estate from it. You just don't know where these things are going to go. And circling back to what Gary Vee says, why not try it? You don't have to use it all the time, but at least get to know it and be familiar with it. And by the way, I repurpose my TikToks all the time on Reels, which is the new component to Instagram. So one of the things I want to just also share here is just be consistent with your social media. If you can only post once a week, post once a week. If you only post 3 times a week, do that. Just be consistent and come up with a content calendar that works for you. So let's talk about the benefits of hyper local influencing. You control the narrative. You can say whatever you want. You're not doing canned stuff from some company that sends you all their posts and they send it to 9,000 other agents. You control the narrative, okay? You meet new people and businesses. You create that brand awareness. It's very cost effective, by the way. And a lot of times there's some perks to it, which is kind of fun because sometimes a restaurant will say, hey, listen, I'd love for you to showcase me on your social media. Would you like to come in for a meal? Yeah, that's great, especially when it's food I love, right? My husband and I are going to be going to a great steak place here. A PR company reached out to us. It's one of my favorite places, and I told them that. And they're like, that's great. So in November, guess what? We're going to the steak place. You could do collaborations with other companies, which is great. Maybe you collaborate with a title company, you collaborate with mortgage. Maybe you collaborate with a realtor that is to the far, far north of you. And that way, you guys can refer back and forth to each other. You can get new followers and you create customer loyalty. It is a win-win, my friends, a win-win. So let's talk a little bit about some examples. I love some of these folks that I'm posting about today. If you want to see some really cool influencers, some hyper local and some more influential in real estate, check out some of the people that I've put on here today. Paige Schulte, love her, out in Gig Harbor, Washington. She gets hyper local influencing, and she does it at a very high level. Take a look at her Instagram account. Jesse Peters in Winnipeg, he does an amazing job with hyperlocal. Take a look at his account. I would say he likes to keep it to locals that follow him, but you can certainly peruse and take a look. Loida, love her. She is all about real estate, and she does some coaching and keeps it, tight to the real estate, but she also has a huge following on YouTube, and she is just, based in LA and showcases some components about LA. We love our Marquee. She's fantastic, based in Chicago, a little more educational based on the influencer side, but she showcases things around her town and community too. And I just adore all of these folks. Here are two of my other faves. Liz Novello. I love Liz. She showcases things around her town in New Jersey. And Liz and I actually did a transaction together because we met at Gary Vee's event. We stayed in touch on Instagram. She sent a referral. We closed the deal in March, if you can believe that. And of course, Pinky Nose Naples, one of my dear friends over on the southwest coast of Florida. Follow her as well because she's amazing. We all have different styles, but we're all local influencers. So you can see there's lots of different ways that you can embrace local. So influencer marketing and real estate agents. Yeah, man, it is a match made in heaven. Seriously, match made in heaven. This is a win-win. You can collaborate locally with so many cool companies. Like even now with COVID, okay? Maybe you're not having an open house, but maybe you can have an open house with just you there. Talk to a local chef. Maybe do a cooking lesson, right? You go live on Facebook. You can also stream it at the same time on Instagram. My girls and I did that. Go visit my YouTube channel, Michelle Belisari. You'll see my girls and I did a YouTube cooking thing in August, and we had a ball. We went Facebook Live. We did Instagram. We cooked crab cakes, made up a cocktail. We had so much fun streaming live from beautiful Boca Raton and So Boca. Oh, and by the way, I'm a realtor with Remax. Home decor stores, fantastic. Talk to somebody locally at a home decor store about maybe doing a few little, like maybe stage a room for you, something simple that you can jump on your Instagram and tag locals on. Home builders, go to one of the luxury home builders in your community or just a home builder and do a walkthrough with them. Do a giveaway, not something specific to the homeowner, but maybe a home builder, but something local from a local company, a smaller business. And again, you have so many opportunities to do some fun things. and collaborate and become that local influencer and showcase your town, it's amazing. And guess what happens? You start getting known. People know you, like you, and trust you. You have connections and interest and engagement. It's fantastic. And that will lead to more closed deals for you. I want to show you a couple things about my Instagram and my social media so you get a better feel of what I'm talking about. So you can see Soboka, what I do on there. Some of the posts that I do, you can run over, take a look at that. I also include IGTV, which is the short form videos, kind of like YouTube. Reels, if you do nothing else, figure out how to use Reels. It's not hard. You can do it. It will help build your audience faster with reach and impressions right now because Instagram's shining a big fat light on Reels. They're kind of fun. You don't have to dance. You don't have to sing. You don't have to do anything stupid, but I do recommend that you give good information. Take a look at my Reels, especially on @the_Michelle_B. I'm talking about stuff all the time, and you can get a feel for how to do that. It takes a little time, but you'll be fine. You can practice. Like I said, engage at any age. Next, I want to just show you, I have my blog, Soboka. It is fantastic because I'm able to write about anything that I want, and I do. I do listicles about the beaches, the parks, things to do, places to go, live music, restaurants that are open, business that, I want to shine the light on. I just did a collaboration with West Boca Medical Center for Breast Cancer Awareness Month and having mammograms. Is that real estate related? No, but it is community related. And that is something I'm passionate about. So see how we tie this all back into things that you're passionate about? There's the group that I started, Good Morning Boca Raton. @the_Michelle_B is my training and coaching channel, but I drop my listings in there and I drop tips in there for buyers and sellers too, because I do have locals that follow me on both of my channels. You can make this whatever you want. It's your jam. And lastly, let's talk about YouTube. YouTube is fantastic. If that is something that you want to get into, I highly recommend it. I have 19,000 views on this video. I have generated leads from it and I have closed business from it. And I did it in my office, which was kind of dark at the time. There was nothing fancy about it. I didn't throw out any quotes or anything. I just talked about why I love my town. You can take a look at it, but at the end of the day, you can do the same thing. Super, super easy. And you can combine all of this together. All I want to share with you is that you want to keep this simple, make it fun. You want to be the local influencer. It should be fun, right? And you can do selfies. You can do pictures of your dogs. I looked at some of my analytics and, my dogs get more likes and loves than I do on my feeds. Maybe you want lifestyle. Coffee's your jam. Maybe you like pizza. Start a blog about pizza in your community and showcase all the pizza joints. Shopping, going out with friends, and of course, family. This is from our little cooking video that we did, right? So as a reminder, you can get super hyper local, becoming that local influencer. You can, really generate free leads, close more business, just be consistent, repurpose what you have. You don't have to like reinvent the wheel. Go on your phone, go through your photos, set up during like football or whatever you're watching this weekend, Netflix, and set up a bunch of photo albums on your phone and start putting photos in there relevant to them. The beach, wine, travel, food, pizza, my dog, okay? And start using what you already have. Don't go crazy because you don't have to. You can create whatever content you want and repurpose it to all your other channels, which I think is kind of cool. So lastly, I just want to say, you guys got this. Be hyper local, grow your brands, build your, business, and know that now you have a blueprint that can help you kind of plant those seeds. I did this very unintentionally. I did not plan to have a blog. I did not plan to generate leads from this blog, but here we are. And now I'm getting, referrals from all my different channels because I talk about my town. I very rarely yak about real estate because in my opinion, as much as I like real estate, it's a snooze fest for most people. They don't want to listen to that 24/7. But what they do want to know is, what's the best place that I can go on Friday night for a date? What's the best park I can take my kids to? Hey, I have family coming into town. Should they go to the Florida Keys? Because that's one of my favorite vacation spots. Or where can they daycation during this time? See where I'm going with this? It's a lot of fun. So I know this is a lot of information all at one time, but I so appreciate that you guys are joining us today. I think this is going to open up your world so you can see all the different possibilities that you can do with becoming a local influencer. And remember, age is just a number. You can engage at any age. I know I have. And as of this recording, I am 58, heading over to 59 in 2021. You got this.